why do you think, any thoughts from any of you on why are these countries over in Europe so far ahead of us on reaching sanity on this issue? What is it? Is it just wokeism is more ingrained here in America? This the takeover of identity as the be all end all? Like what? Why? Why are we not willing to accept progress on these issues and realize we've made a mistake?
Well, for one thing, Megyn, all the countries that have reversed their policies have done, as far as I know, all of them have done systematic reviews of the evidence, which is exactly what, as Joey mentioned earlier, Dr. Julia Mason has called for and the AAP has suppressed.
What's the matter with the AAP, Joey? Go ahead. You go ahead, Kat, and then I'll bring in Joey. Go ahead.
Oh, quickly, I just wanted to say, I also think it has to do with the political polarization here and the two-party system. Like, for instance, in the UK, there are more political parties with more nuanced views versus, like, for instance, people on the left here, a lot of them will support, children transitioning, for instance, because they're like, oh, well, it must be the right thing to do because I'm on the left and the left supports gay rights and women's rights, etc. And they think anything that the conservatives are saying must be bad because it's so polarized here. And I don't think it's quite the same in countries like the UK. So people are able to look at things from a more complex perspective.
Interesting. And you're all of the left, are you not? Like politically?
Disaffected. I've been red pilled.
Yeah,
this has a way of doing that.
I don't think after you've talked to politicians, like I've testified in front of the California Senate, for instance, and shared my story, and I was gaslit and told that couldn't have happened to me because trans people have to go through months or years of evaluation and therapy before getting hormones. And so they refused to believe my story. They were really rude to me. And I just realized they're not able to see reason. They're not objective. They have an agenda. And so I don't really trust either political party at this point.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat as Kat and Joey. I was always very liberal until a few years ago, and now I'm politically homeless. And I had a very similar experience to Kat. Of course, they weren't gaslighting me based on my personal experience, but I sat right next to my friend, detransitioner Camille Kiefel, who gave her testimony, and I watched these Democrat state representatives who seemed very confident that they were on the right side of history, just dismissing her experience. And when you've been through something like that, it leaves you feeling without a team.
Yeah, I know. It can get you voting for the 800-pound gorilla orange man bad. Like that's really what it's like. Rick Grinnell came on the show and he said a line which has stayed with me. He's like, these people must be stopped. They can't even tell you what a woman is. It's like, well, I've never heard somebody boil down the argument for Republicans better than that. But
There's
Joey,
too much money.
Is it?
There's too much money. I can't say this enough. Jennifer Billick, who's in the film as well, she's an artist turned like accidental investigative journalist starting in 2013 in New York, where she was involved in the Green movement. And colleagues of hers had asked her, hey, we'd like to come to New York and do a talk. Can you find us a place to gather? Remember, this is 2013, New York City. She said, no problem. Great. She started to look at one venue that would say, yes, sure. And then all of a sudden get a phone call. Sorry, we can't give you the venue. No real reasons. Go to another venue. She fell through a few of those from what I understand. And then she thought, what is going on here? All of these normal conference rooms and things like that where you can rent space, we're turning them down. Why? Because the organization that she was trying to get a meeting space for believed in biological reality. And that is some of the beginnings. We're talking 2013. Since then, Jennifer started, doing writings about this. She's got the 11th Hour blog. It is an undeniable breakdown of people like the Pritzker family, the money that was given to the Obama campaign, which had I known then what I know now, I don't know if I would have been one of those Obama warriors, because I was really heavy into the Obama scene in the Bay Area, recruited a lot of people to vote for Obama. I had no idea that there were already things in place to be able to push the whole bathroom issue. Remember how that was such a big deal? It was like the bathrooms, and it started with that, and it just went from there. And Jennifer Pritzker, Martine Rothblatt. There are so many wealthy, mostly men. There are a number of women with huge investments in, guess what? big pharma, medical appliances.
Look, you did the tough thing during COVID. You paid your people and pulled your business through the pandemic. And now, doing the tough thing could qualify you for up to $26,000 per employee at covidtaxrelief.org. Government funds are available right now to reward companies with 2 or more employees who stayed open during COVID. This is not a loan, and you don't have to pay it back. The program's complicated, but no one knows more about it than the CPAs and tax experts at covidtaxrelief.org. You pay nothing upfront. They do all the work and share a percentage of the cash they get you. Businesses of all types, including nonprofits and churches, can qualify, including those who took PPP loans, even if you had increases in sales. You did the tough thing for your employees during COVID. Let covidtaxrelief.org help get you up to $26,000 per employee. Go to covidtaxrelief.org, covidtaxrelief.org, covidtaxrelief.org. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.